Alright guys, Lackluster MTG here. Today I've got a box of the brand new set Edge of Eternities. I'm going to crack it open and crack open a couple of packs. So let's get into it. Alright, so you can see the box here. This is kind of what it looks like. Should come, I believe, with 30 packs. I'll say. Yeah, 30 play boosters. 14 cards each in every play booster. So let's open this thing up. Alright, so my LGS, my local game shop here, he had a couple of these in stock, but his inventory was running low, so I don't know what y'all's local game shops are like, but he told me that the distributors were out and it was probably going to be 2 months or so before he got any more in. So I went ahead and picked up this box. Let's crack open a couple of packs. I probably am not going to open the entire box on camera just because it'll take a while, and I like to go through everything. So let's open one here. I guess I'll take, let's see, I'll take this one on the left right here. Set that to the side. Let's open her up and see what we got. Let me see. Some of these are a bit stiff. Try this side. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Flip it around. We got our commons. Looks like we've got a grab pack monoist. When this creature dies, create a tap 2/2 colors robot artifact creature token. Cryo Shatter. An enchantment aura. Weft Blade Enhancer. If you guys can see that or not. Shattered Wings, destroy target artifact, enchantment creatures with flying, surveil 1. Nebula Dragon, flying. When this creature enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. It's expensive though. 7 mana for a 4/4. Probably won't be using that card. Grav Kill, exile target creature or spacecraft. 4 mana. Playable but expensive. Lost in Space, instant target artifact or creature's owner puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library and surveil 1. 4 mana. All Fate Scroll, looks like we got our uncommons now. An artifact, tap, add 1 mana of any color, pay 7, sacrifice artifact, draw X cards, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. That's not a bad card for a land deck. Something focusing around landfall like the new Hearthstone World Seed Commander deck. A little bit of color fixing. Some card draw. Vote Out. It's got Convoke, destroy target creature. Let me separate these. I like to separate my commons, uncommons, and stuff whenever I open packs. Vote Out, destroy target creature, too expensive. Here we go. Enchantment Landfall. Use social engineering. Trying to get the lighting right for you guys. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Costs 5. That's not a bad card. I haven't actually seen that one yet. Look at that. We got our first spacecraft. I think that's our first spacecraft. Wedge Light Rammer. 3 and a white. When the spacecraft enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Station for 9, and it gives it flying first strike. Not the best. Oop, there's a rare. Memorial Vault artifact, 3 in a red. Tap, sack another artifact. Exile the top X cards of your library where X is 1 plus the mana value of the sacked artifact. You may play those cards this turn. Huh, haven't seen that one yet. Put that in our rares, and we got a foil. You guys see the foil? Beam Saw Prospector. When it dies, create a lander token. Nothing special. And then a regular planes and a robot and munitions token. Alright, let's crack open another pack and see what we got. So I'm really wanting... I've opened a couple of collector packs of this set. Pulled a couple things. I really want to pull an Ancient Tomb. Obviously, that's one I'd like to get. But no luck so far. I need to get some more collector's packs and open them for you guys. But I wasn't able to get any today, so I got this instead. So maybe in the future I'll do rip a couple of those open for you guys. Here we go. Ice Cave Crasher, 3 and a green. Trample, landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0. It's not awful. Definitely a playable card. Frontline War Rager. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tap creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. 2 and a red. Not bad. Let's see. Insatiable Skittermaw. At the beginning of your end step of this, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and it has menace. Star Breach Well. See, I've got to kind of hold this down for you guys. This light for some reason. Just putting a glare. So Star Breach Well. Creature will flying. When this creature enters, surveil 2, has a warp cost of 1 and a blue, cost 5. Don't think I would play that card personally. Starport Security, artifact creature, robot soldier, 3 and a white. Tap it to tap another target creature. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you control a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. Not bad for, you know, if you're doing counters or something, a counter deck. Like the Final Fantasy counters deck. Not sure if it has white in it or not. Another common, we got Zealous Display. Let me actually move these up so I won't be in y'all's way so much. Zealous Display, instant. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. If it's not your turn, untap those creatures. Not bad, I guess. Well, yeah, not bad. Not a bad card. Playable. Galactic Wayfarer, 2 and a green. When this creature enters, create a lander token. Yeah, I really like the lander token mechanic. Which is an artifact with pay 2, tap, sack it, search your library for basic land, put it on the battlefield, tap. It's cool. I'd like to make a deck that synergizes with that. I think that would be really cool. I know the World Shaper deck, Commander deck from this set has some of it in it. I actually have the deck. It wasn't a whole lot though. So it'd be cool to make a deck that synergizes on that, you know, utilizes that mechanic a lot more. I think you can make some really interesting stuff with these lander tokens. So looks like we have our first uncommon here. And it's going to be Scourge of Eternity. Can you guys see that very well? Maybe like if I hold it like this. Scourge of Eternity. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Return target creature or spacecraft card with mana value 5 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, then create a lander token. Now, that's not a bad card. That's interesting. Definitely playable, especially if you're using landers, the lander token thing. So our next card, Memorial Team Leader. During your turn, other creatures you control get +1/+0. Costs 3 and a red. It's a creature. It's a 4/3, so you can warp it too. Definitely a playable card. Now here we go. Sunstar Expansionist. When this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, create a lander token. And it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So it builds the lands. Oh, I got a feeling this might be the rare. Is this like a Misty Rainforest? So I've got a box of this set already and opened it, and I've got 2 of the what are they, the Shocklands or whatever. So let's see. Breeding Pool. Nice. I don't have a breeding pool. Well, I do now, but that's a good pool. What is it, like something around $10, give or take? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. So breeding pool, Forest Island. This is a rare. I like that it says Forest Island. It's nice. As this land enters, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. So that is a good pull. It looks like we have another rare for this pack. Ragost Deaf Gastronaut. Or Ragost. I'm not sure how to say that. Legendary creature, Lobster Citizen. This card I seen it the other day on, I think it was TCG, where they were talking about how the price has gotten up because it's a pretty good card. So what it does, if you haven't already read it, artifacts you control are foods in addition to their other types and have pay 2, tap, sack the artifact, you gain 3 life. It has another ability on it where you can pay 1 and tap it, sacrifice a food, and it deals 3 damage to each opponent. That's pretty good. And then it says at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, untap Ragost. So, like, I know this definitely is going to be a card people are going to build around for sure. This is definitely a commander vibe, commander card. Seems pretty good, especially with the food stuff. All the food stuff from Lord of the Rings. And the, Wilds of Eldraine had a lot of food stuff in it. This is definitely a cool card that would make a cool commander deck. So, there you go. All right, let's move on. Rayblade Trooper foil for the pack. It's a uncommon. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. That's an interesting card. And then we got a forest, and look here, one of the lander tokens, if you haven't seen them yet. Has pay 2, tap it, sacrifice this token, search your library for a basic land card. Like I said. If I move it over a little bit, you guys can see better. All right. So we'll set that over there. And let's open another pack. Flip it over. We got Overplate Pangolin. Now, I'm not going to read each one of these cards. It'll take too long. I'm just kind of going to skip through unless I see something that really sticks out to me. Perigi Beckoner. Ilvoy Operative. You guys see that? Let me try to fix this light some. Not helping. I gotta get some better lighting, but LV Operative. Keep it going here. Exosuit Savior. I think it's better like this. Yeah, here we go. Fungal Colossus. This spell costs X less to cast. This is an interesting card. So if you have 6 different named lands, you can essentially cast this for 1 green mana. That's not bad. Super playable card. Another common, Caveron Skywarden. I haven't actually seen all the cards from this set, so that's probably why I'm reading them. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't. So let's go common, Maelstrider's Gear, equipment, Depressurize. It's a cool card. Mouth of the Storm. It's our first uncommon. Put it in the uncommon pile. Does anybody else do this? When they open packs, do they separate them by like the rarity, or do you separate them by the colors, or like what do you guys do? Phil Graveship. It's a cool looking card. Another spacecraft card. Okay, let's move on. All-Fate Stalker. Creature. And here's our rare. Lightstall Inquisitor. You guys see that? Lightstall Inquisitor. Angel Wizard. Costs 1 white. When this creature enters, each opponent exiles a card from their hand and may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Each spell cast this way costs 1 more to cast. Each land played this way enters tapped. Huh. Interesting, for sure. Kind of a hate spell for your opponents. Put that over there at the rares. Tapestry Warden is our foil for the pack. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power stations permanents using its toughness rather than its power. So, you know, this card is actually pretty cool because the Tarkir set, it's got that commander deck that cares about toughness. So this might, this would actually go in there. So that's an interesting card. All right, and then we got a mountain and another lander token. Let's see what's on the back. A robot. Anyways, lackluster MTG. Opening some of the Edge of Eternities stuff. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're seeing this on TikTok, give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it.